want the entire area cleared. We're taking everything back to Coruscant.
Everything?
Everything.
Hey fellow nerds, welcome back to another installment of the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host, as always, Luke Skywalker. Today we have a very interesting review because this is a lightsaber of a character that we know a lot about. However, we've never seen in live action. We had seen the character in the Clone Wars, and there were plenty of mentions about this character in the prequels, especially in episode 2. And of course, if you didn't catch what character I'm talking about with that or with the title of this video, I am talking, of course, about Master Sifo-Dyas. This is their amazing lightsaber. I'm pretty sure you're going to be blown away by this one because this one looks nothing like the usual lightsaber that we know. And funny enough, we've only seen this lightsaber in animated form. We've never seen it in live action. But when we've seen it, it was actually a very, 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 very paramount part of the episode where this lightsaber features. So let's open this one up and check this one out.
May the Force be with you.
Okay, we've got another wooden box. I cannot tell you whichever company it is that we buy. Whenever they send one of these wooden boxes or the special premium plastic ones, the secure ones, I really, really love these because they provide so much security and they're just such a nice detail. Inside, we're going to find usual instructions. We're going to find our hilt. We're going to find our charger. In this case, we don't have a charging cable, but we'll have one of these the pots that charge the battery, our blade plug, and our Allen wrench, and our screws. And also in here we have for the belt, which I think is cool, that you have to do a little bit of DIY to get it together. And this is our presentation for this one. Okay, now that we've unwrapped it, here it is. Really nice design all around, very faithful to what we see in the Clone Wars, and not a lightsaber that we've seen in live action. So all we have to go with is the Clone Wars design. But if you're going by that one, this is pretty accurate. So I wouldn't have any complaints about it. Do be mindful when you unwrap it, and that you are going to find that it might be that the wrapping is stuck with these buttons. If it is, be careful, because if these buttons come out, they have springs, and the springs are teeny tiny. So if by any chance you don't have a clear floor, you might lose them forever. So I mean, it will still work, do not get me wrong, but it's always a nice thing to have the spring. So be mindful of that, and just in case. And also be mindful that sometimes you see this retention screw in the back. This is to hold on to the emitter. The core and the emitter are just plugs. So if by any chance this has come loose on transportation, which could have, whenever you take it out, you might be taking out the entire thing. So just do yourself a favor, and when you get it, you just make sure that this is tightened so you don't have any issues. Having said that, why don't we take this back outside, show you what it looks like in the dark, because it is cool. And we'll bring it back inside. We'll check out all the Soundfonts and tell you what we think about if this is one that we recommend or not.
Master Sifo-Dyas.
Okay, what can we say? It is the weapon of a Jedi Master. And now that we brought it back inside, just going to show you what this looks like with the blade on. It's pretty, like, it's incredibly solid lightsaber. These edges, they're not really cumbersome at all to operate when you have it on hand. But the lightsaber itself It's actually, I would say, very heavy. It's heavier than, for example, Ben Solo's. It's, I would say, roughly around as heavy as the Sash Ventress lightsabers, which are definitely the heaviest lightsabers that I've reviewed so far. So make of that what you, not that heavy, but they're pretty close. So make of that what you will. So let's go back again. This one does have fonts for Sifo-Dyas. And the cool part about this lightsaber is that whenever you turn the kill switch off, it doesn't, you know, whenever you turn it back on, it doesn't automatically go back to the very first font. It stays where you have left it. And it has various boot sounds. So like, it's always a cool thing. So like, if you leave it in Sifo-Dyas, every time that you turn the kill switch off, whenever you turn it back on, you're going to get a new quote. I mean, it's not infinite, of course, but you know, it's a nice little thing.
You should have joined me. Sifo-Dyas understood. He saw the future. That is why he helped me.
That's one of them. And that's obviously our key to start this one. Amazing lightsaber overall. Oh, that's I didn't press the button quite right. So you can tell the smooth swing is okay. Very reactive to our gestures and everything. So it overall is very cool. I haven't checked if this is stab on to ignite. Let's see. It is cool. Don't get me. I don't know why, but it's one of those things I've always liked.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Ooh. Interesting ray.
Kylo Ren.
Obviously, nothing can beat the original, but this is always cool.
I'm right.
It does have, have you noticed? It does have the right ignition, so that's always good.
Sokatano.
Balan Skull.
Now you know that this Balan Skull has the correct color, which is always a good thing. Huyang, Professor Huyang. I love this font.
Ezra Bridger. Traitor!
This is the, yeah, baton.
Purge Trooper Electrostaff.
This is from the Jedi game. Son of Corellia.
Saber. Ascension.
I wouldn't say that these are generic, but they're not the greatest, I'll admit. Yeah, all of these are. And then we get to the weird PlayStation and cell phone sounds from the knots.
I am Bastila Shan.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Now, oh no, this is the right one, because there's one of Luke that the blasts are not really the greatest.
Count Dooku.
Jedi scum.
This is the one that we have on these sabers. I really like this font for whatever reason. I think it's because I like the character so much. The usual podcast.
Master Windu. Master
And we're back to.
Sifo-Dyas.
Now this saber, if you leave it, you know, like, don't turn off the kill switch, but you leave it it'll for a while it will do the boot up sound, so like it's done at the beginning. So be mindful of that. So if you're going to action it and then you press it and that's come up, that should be a reminder, oh yeah, this has been on for a while, I probably should turn it off, because you know you want to save your battery. Otherwise, you know, as your battery drains, you get like a little bit of lag, a little bit of this, a little bit. So you always want to have your battery as fully charged as possible. Now, cons of this saber. Definitely not price. This was a saber that was like very, very cheap. Like we got this for, if I recall correctly, £120, if I recall, whatever that might be in your currency. Which I'm guessing if it's dollars would be like maybe $180 or something. So for a Proffie, just for the sake that is a Proffie on its own, that's amazing. But pros is very difficult in accessing its core. And what I mean by that is not that it's difficult. I mean, the core, once you have it disassembled, you just pull out and it's pinned. So like you just need to check where your pins are, push it back in, absolutely fine. But this bit and this bit to screw are a bit of a nightmare. So, you know, there is that. And if you're not careful what you're doing, you might not get the grooves right, and then it's just, you know, you're going to be there stuck for quite a few minutes. So there is that. The other thing that it has is that even though, like I said, to operate it, they represent no problem. On this, if for whatever reason you grab it by the either, you know, top part or low part, they're very I don't want to say that you're going to cut yourself, but they're very pointy and they're not really pleasant. So there is that. The buttons are a bit fiddly, not gonna lie. And overall, the saber gives you a sensation that is not like, you know, it's ultra premium. It is premium, but it's not ultra premium. It's not an 89 sabers, if that makes any sense. So there is that part. But other than that, very affordable saber. Does have the right Soundfonts, which is awesome. Proffie, which is awesome. And provided that you are mindful to unscrew this, accessing the chassis is very easy. Accessing the SD card is even easier, because all you need to do is take out the battery, and the SD card is really, really easy to access. So you need to access because you're going on the Soundfonts and stuff. It's fairly very, very easy to access. I would say do have in mind that there's no official, I don't want to use the term official, but as far as I'm aware, you know, the big players like, say, 89 Sabers or Ultimate Works and stuff don't do a Master Sifo-Dyas. So if you're coming from, you know, that experience, this is kind of like going into like a Nexus, although that's not a burn on Nexus LGT, because they are good sabers. But obviously, you know, I always say the higher tiers are your KR Sabers, your Ultimate Works, your 89 Sabers, Elf Sabers, that sort of stuff. So there is that. But again, if you can get it at a good price like we did, it's absolutely a win of a lightsaber. And it's also, because it's such a unique saber. Now, obviously, I'm not going to bore you with the whole history of Sifo-Dyas, but if you know the character, and you know the arc and the episodes I'm talking about in Clone Wars, this saber unleashes even more, unravels, more of the mystery of Sifo-Dyas and the creation of the clone army. So just on that little bit of lore, it's actually a cool saber to have. So there is that. And I love the fact that
Sifo-Dyas, he died.
This is what I was talking about when it comes to like getting into like sleep mode, that you press and it does that. That's one of the many quotes that it has. But the fact that this blue is not your typical blue, is more like the blue that, say, Leia or Ben Solo has, I love it. I always like blue lightsabers that the color are not really strong, that they're a little bit like, so that there is that part, and I think that's pretty cool. So if you want my opinion, if you can get this lightsaber for a good price, like I said, by all means, it's a saber that I recommend. Just be mindful of, you know, its peculiarities when it comes to like unscrewing it and that sort of stuff. It's a bit tricky, but then once you do, like, getting out of the core and to be able to charge your battery and stuff. It's fairly simple. I think that the plug that it has is a very nice plug, and it definitely suits the Saber. And just to show you the plug, you know, it definitely goes with the Saber, so I really like this. And overall, you really can't go wrong. Just be mindful of those points. That's all for me this time, nerds. I hope that you enjoy this review. I hope that you like the Saber. If you're going to like it, by all means, sorry, if you're going to buy it, by all means, please let us know in the comments below, because I definitely want to hear more people having this very, from a lore perspective, important lightsaber from this very important character. If you wouldn't want this lightsaber, also sound off in the comments below and tell us why you wouldn't consider this lightsaber. In the meantime, until our next review, please stay safe. Please look after yourself and look out for each other. And remember that the Force will be with you always. Remember to live long and prosper, and may the odds be ever in your favor. See you around, nerds.